All right, they're laughing because they just heard a smiling face on my butt. The things I share. Anyway, in room 3, we have a small African hedgehog, very nice coloration, and he has been looking a little bit itchy against some runny eyes and some scaly ears and scaly face. So I just finished doing a new trick to get a sample without scraping the skin, and yay, it worked. So now we're looking at this sample here. As you can see, this mite is crawling around, and there are dozens and dozens of dead ones, and we'll find some more live ones. Anyway, so that's what the mite looks like off the skin of a hedgehog. African pygmy. Later.
Don't go to dinner with me.
I'm just listening to the pity party behind me. People just won't eat with Samantha. Ow! Get out of my ear. Anyway, we found more mites from the African hedgehog.
Y'all gotta make sure these surgeries that y'all are...
More bugs! Woo! Okay, more bugs from the African hedgehog. Just to give you people nightmares. Wah, 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 wah. Also notice right at about 9:30, 10 o'clock, that little perfectly round one there, that is actually an egg laid by a female, and I think the one you're looking at there crawling around is a male because he's kind of small. Okay, so we'll find some more fun stuff. Alright, here's a rather large one. I'm going to go assume because of its size it is a female. Seeing as how I'm not much of an entomologist, I will let that ride. So you entomologists out there can make a big difference as to what this might be, or argue between yourselves. I don't want to know. And I'm playing with the light and darkness thing here, so you get a better look. Pretty cool. Whoa, too bright. How's that for awesome? Later.
She might call this afternoon.
Alright. There is an egg.
Just tell her yes.
Right there.
Alright, I'm starting, Jake.
Very cool. Later. Okay. It is now day before New Year's Eve, Tuesday, 2014. What you are looking at is not a tribble. It's actually a small pygmy African hedgehog, or African pygmy hedgehog, or I just think of them as African hedgehogs. Anyway, this guy hates me. I've already tried to scruff him, and although I was able to get my sample, I did learn something from this guy today. You guys watch how I got that sample? It's the first time I tried that one. Ordinarily, I have to torture them, yeah, and it takes too long and probably a little bit too traumatic. So we did something cool today. I won't charge you for that. Anyway, I've got tons and tons of video on mites from this guy through the microscope, and it'd be nice if you look at the camera and be cute, but that's all you're going to see is just spiny trouble. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and give him some fipronil treatment, something that will help him out. We'll recheck and redo him again in 2 weeks, and probably one more treatment after that. I was explaining to them, although we don't know any, this is not factual, this is just me BSing you guys who are watching the film. We don't believe they're catching these guys in captivity. We believe this is a parasite that's normal for them in Africa. But because they can actually live inside these hollow quills, okay, then, you know, we would have a hard time eradicating them from any breeding pair ever. So what happens is, when they're young, the mites actually crawl off of mom onto the babies. What? They crawl off of mom onto the babies get them, and at some point in time, later on in their lives, depending on their immune response and other problems, they might actually, you know, it may rear its ugly head and do this. So anyway, my wife's going to see this, and she's going to say, why haven't you deloused or demited my hedgehog? So I'm going to get yelled at when I get home. Anyway, so he hasn't shown any evidence that was a problem for him, but this guy's definitely got all that flaky stuff going on. What? Get mad at me. He's like, nope, I'm just going to stand my little ball, and you can't get me. It's something from a horror film. Here, catch. So anyway, this is the hedgehog view. It's funny, now that I've talked about mites, I'm actually starting to itch myself, and I know it's just psychosomatic. Okay, so that's how many minutes now? 2 minutes and a half of porcupine. All right, later. That's it.